Welcome back. We are back, guys, on another episode of the Squeeze Pod, here again with your boy Juice. And today, as you can clearly see, as we got a book right behind me here, we will be talking about all the things you can do to get yourself started on a YouTube channel today. The reason I'm going about talking about this at all is because recently, as I have been growing in my small bit of success, and I hope that you guys have been seeing it. If you have been, please, of course, drop down and hit that like button. Please comment and let me know what you've been seeing. Let me know what you guys have been liking. Let me know the type of content that you guys want to see here, because it's always going to be 100% real juice here at the Squeeze. So back into it. I've been getting a lot of questions about, well, how did you start your podcast? How did you start your YouTube channel? Well, guys, let me tell you one thing. Beyond anything else, you have to have the motivation, the drive, and the strive to get up and just do this. It does not take a lot, okay? You need to, beyond everything, the number one thing is to get up and just do it. All the jitters, all the things that you think will make you sad, or, the negative comments, feedbacks, any of those kind of things. All of that is kind of BS in the face of, if you have a real message, and that's kind of the number two thing. You need to have something that you're actually going to be about. But before we really get into that, if you don't have anything that you're about, anything that you're really talking about, then really you'll be starting a channel and no one will have anything to watch you guys about. You need to find out what it is that you want to talk about. You got to find a niche, find a subject, find something that you are passionate about, something that you will not give up on, that you will study and hone yourself to become even better than you were yesterday, because everybody can't become the best, but you can become great if you take time and focus yourself on what it is that you're really trying to obtain. The number three thing is, you're going to want to find something past just the motivation. What is it that is your goal for even doing this? Are you just in it to make money? Are you trying to better yourself? Are you trying to help other people to learn new things? Are you trying to answer questions that other people aren't answering? Are you trying to watch TV shows but give your own commentary? There are a plethora of ways to go about this thing. There is not one size fit all. There is no way that your niche is so oversaturated that you can't get started. Yes, there may be other people doing something similar. There might be somebody doing something that exactly the way you want it. But you have to understand, are you the exact same person as that person? No. So your individual quirk, your individual uniqueness, whatever it is that, makes you feel special, that little thing within you will be what it is that drives your channel to become great. But you must hone in. You might need to ring and dial up your own self and find what it is that truly motivates you. Okay. Now, of course, the number four thing I want to get into, you need to, of course, train your skill. You need to get better. If you have been watching this channel, you will know that we did not start at a reputable place. We had no microphone. This channel started with only an iPhone. And I don't even usually own iPhones. That's how crazy this is. It started with just an iPhone and a dream that I could provide you the best content to both grow yourself personally. There's three-pronged things. It is to grow yourself personally, to become the best version of yourself. So every episode, I try to incorporate things that will better you to become the best version of yourself. On top of that, I want people, whomever is watching this, it doesn't matter who you are, I want you to then strive to get the business, the money, the wealth, all the things that you are looking for to obtain monetarily, so that way you can then have the best happiness that you can possibly imagine. Now, of course, I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, money doesn't buy happiness. No, but it buys the things that will make you happy. it allows you to go to the places that will give you memories that will last forever. So I want you to get the most amount of money possible to obtain all the other kind of things that the money you can trade for then. While honing in, you need to think about things like studying. You want to join courses, as they always say. You don't need to be afraid to spend a little bit of money, okay? And with honing your skill, you will learn a bunch of things, some things that you might, learn that are a little bit more time consuming than others. And I don't want to jump too many of the steps, but you want to focus in. And then this is just like this book here. I purchased this book. This is from thinkmedia.com. If you guys look up in YouTube and stuff like that, they help people to grow their channels. So I hope that me answering these questions for you helps you. And if you are liking it, just hit that like button. The best way to see our videos that will be helping you to grow yourself, your channel, even if it's other businesses and things like that, is to hit our subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you're notified on every video that we're bringing out from here on out. Because just like this, I want you guys to know that even the way that I'm talking has changed from the very beginning of how we've started this channel. I was talking a lot more faster. There was a lot of verbal slurs that I am now working fully to eliminate. Now, I'm not perfect. And if you hear some, please comment down below that you've seen something that you would think, hey, let that part go. Okay? And I appreciate any constructive criticism that I get down below, because I do not believe that any comments that you guys give me is negative. It might not be taken in the best light for other people's perspective, but I will always take what you guys as either constructive criticism or positive feedback, because I do not believe in negativity. Because negativity will shoot you down. And that is another step. It is not a permanent step or a permanent part of the process, but you do not need to absorb any negative energy. Anything that will stop you from doing what you need to do, just like I said in the beginning, you need to just get started. Any bad thoughts, you need to push them out of your mind. If you are sitting there thinking about how you could do something better, believe me, I myself am a perfectionist. I would prefer all of these videos to come out at 4K quality with the voice of Morgan Freeman talking to you all, with the message that I have right up in here in my mind. But I know that that is not authentic. That is not what you guys want, nor is it what you guys deserve. So I will give you the best of what you guys deserve straight from myself. No cutter, no chase, no bullshit in between, because I know that if you sit here and you take your time to listen to what I have to say, you will become a better person. And I know I probably didn't touch on the third and final part of my channel, but it is the intersections of relationships and dating. And that is the hot topic of what we want from one another in relationships. And I think that honestly, my podcast more so is about having those hard conversations that we aren't able to have with one another. Okay. So with all of that being said, you need to accumulate all of these things to build yourself up. And I know that just before this step, we were talking about the step of honing yourself. And even better than just honing yourself is to really get familiar with technologies. Okay, you need to make technologies your new best friend. So all of the new stuff that is coming out, and we even spoke about it earlier in a earlier video. Maybe I can link it up right here for you guys. But we were talking about the powers of AI. And if you aren't looking at artificial intelligence right now, and you are trying to start a podcast, any type of stream, anything dealing with today's upwards bounds, and that means you trying to make sales and moving forward in the future, you will need to know some type of artificial intelligence. You will need to incorporate it into your works. Now, how can you do that as far as a YouTube page and things like that? You can go to something like Opus Clips, and hopefully I can bring it up right there. I'll give you guys a link down in the description, but Opus Clips will allow you to clip your content into smaller clips that allow you to bring out shorts, reels, and things like that for your page to grow both organically and with the new wave of opportunities that are out there. Now, shorts just became a feature on YouTube, and I know that reels have been out for a while. They have just monetized shorts on YouTube's. So if you are somebody looking to gain some money, you can do a full business just off shorts alone. So if you're utilizing Opus Clips, you will be able to mainstream your content creation. But again, if you don't have a message, or if you don't even have content to clip, then you will be sorely mistaken when you're using that kind of thing, because you do need content to generate. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that have probably heard of YouTube automation. Now, that's a whole nother video that we can talk about. But YouTube automation is just, utilizing the systems that I'm talking about, the AI, and actually creating any type of system, having a niche, knowing what you want to talk about and all that kind of stuff, and creating all of that, and then laying it down to a system where you have a schedule will allow you to automate the process of YouTube. So again, there's a lot of ways you can get down and doing all of this. Now let's get particularly into the podcasting, YouTubing realm. Now the keyest thing that you are going to want, okay? It doesn't matter what it is you're talking about. If anybody can't hear you, you want a mic. Okay, you don't have to go with what I have. Now, the Rodecaster is very pricey because it is something that is attached to a soundbar system, but these are something that you want to start in your mind. Now, you can go from what I'm talking about, the Rodecaster Pro, which is a sound casting system similar to a DJ booth or DJ soundbox, but soundboard, excuse me. It is a soundboard. I said soundbox. Excuse my terminology. I am getting better. I told you guys that it is a process. But you want this soundboard because it allows you to do things like, we'll show you some stuff. Now, the reason why a soundboard is important, because, if you're doing the podcast and stuff and you want to have little sound effects, you'll need it to do stuff like this. Gotcha, bitch. And you're going to want that. Hold on, let's crank it up. Gotcha, bitch. I have seen some shit now. And stuff like that will be, and I'm still getting a little bit familiar, but, you play around with the buttons.
What the fuck do that mean?
You can download some sounds and stuff like that, put it to your soundboard, and utilize it in conversation, which will allow you to enhance viewership and things like that. And it will allow you to bring a little bit of comedy to your podcast and or conversation. As far as, again, with the podcasting realm, you want to have something that that you have a powerful message behind. Now, I see a lot of people get on and they don't really, I feel like, and I don't want to say I feel like, these people don't do their research. They get on and they just spew their opinion. I wish that was all I was ever raised to be, but I know for a fact that if you go around just stating your opinion, you will be wrong 80% of the time. Now, not to say that you aren't always right, but your opinion is something that you only create in the reality that you have up here, okay? It does not take into account that other people's feelings are involved, the world is involved, that other things, living organisms, have to judge what you're doing as well. Not to say that you don't have an opinion and it isn't valid. It is the fact that you need to back your opinion up with fact. Because at the end of the day, to be truly happy, you have to live in this world with everyone else. And we can't live in our own realities, not realizing that we are in a reality all in its own called this earth. After you get yourself some good audio and you have thought about the message and things like that, you want to then sit down and really think about who it is you're trying to reach, so that way, again, we're going to go back into that honing, because sharpening your senses, sharpening what you got going on will always be your best bet. But you want to sit down and figure out who it is your audience is, and then figure out what it is that they want to see, because it's not about you. You should be giving value to your audience, just like I am hoping that I'm giving to you. So if you are feeling the value, please let me know, because I will help you to grow even further. But with that being said, if you aren't giving your people value, you need to be coming with a lot of entertainment. All right? What? Yes. You need to be coming with some entertainment, because that way, at least if you're bringing laughter and joy, people will come back and then find things to just watch. You know what I'm saying? And even better than that, if you have information that is literally factual. For example, I know one of the bigger things are life hacks and things like that. If you can give somebody straight up facts, they will be dedicated. You know, and of course, if you can bring in a little bit of change into people's pockets, which I'm trying to do here, like if you're trying to help people grow into a better business or gain other things, and we'll be talking about some things. I want to have an episode, if you guys are interested, about all the perks and benefits of having an LLC, things that you might not know, the benefits that you can gain from it. Because I know a lot of people are like, well, I hear about LLCs, but you don't know what it really offers you. So if you're interested, we can talk about some of the things that I have been learning, because I don't have everything, okay? But some of the things I've been learning that will make an LLC amazing for you. So back into the podcasting realm, once you have all of these things put together, you have the idea, you have the sound, you know, you have honed in and focused on what that niche is that you're talking about, and you're getting really good at it, right? Bring in other people. You want to have an experts on those similar topics. Even if they're not experts, have somebody else's perspective, because it's not just all about you. Okay? You need to test your own opinion, ideas, factual statements against other people. And you might have heard this on other places, but if you don't contest what it is that you say against anyone else, then you're just talking to yourself. You're living in an echo chamber that other people, you're just sitting there talking to a wall. And nobody wants to do that. I think everybody wants to feel validated on their points. If you feel that that's wrong, then you can tell me down in those comments. But if you know I'm right, just hit that like button. More than anything else, when you're providing your content to your viewers, you want to try to make sure that you are connecting with them. Just like right now, I'm trying to get you guys to comment and hit the like button, so that way I have an interaction with you all, so that way once I am bringing all of this content for you, that way I know that it at least is engaging to you. It's something that you want to see, or if it's not something you want to see, you can tell me that. Simple as that. You can shoot me in the foot, or you can uplift me to the roof. It is your choice. I don't take it as anything as negative. It's all either constructive criticism or positive feedback. Next, you want to start thinking about how it is you are coming out visually. So if you're really doing it just for a podcast, the perfect thing about actually adding video, if you aren't already doing video, is that you can increase the platforms on which you release your content. You might just be an Apple Music, Spotify, Audible type of person, but now you can reach into the realms of YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, all the other video streaming sites, Facebook included. And with that being said, you can then maximize your reach, reach other people who then wouldn't be able to see or know anything about you. And I know a lot of people who may be shy come from private Facebook groups, but it still benefits you to have that, because then you can give your viewers access to video content to see visually the person that's behind the voice that they've always been listening to. Now, not all the time will that always work, but you at least give your people the opportunity, because everything is a choice. On top of that, with more apparatuses for your podcast and other things you'll be able to rake in a little bit more money. With more platforms, you'll be able to monetize on different platforms and bring in money from different sources. With that said, I'm giving you a one-stop shop for a multiple income revenue stream. So what that means is how to be a wealthy person without little to no effort. Now, again, you need to be able to set up all of that other kind of stuff. You need to have an idea. You need to hone that craft. You need to study vigorously. Make sure that you are learning about your craft. If you are not, you need to be honing yourself, because at the end of the day, I will be having a video about having success. But everybody who is successful knows that you need to, level yourself up. You need to bring the skills that you have within you to a whole nother level, because every time that you do that, your results will be astronomical. It will not just be inward, it will be outward. Okay? And I can attest to that. I can really attest to that, because I talk about it now. I've talked about it enough on this podcast that you guys should hopefully know that I was a big boy at one point. Okay. I was almost at my largest, 300 pounds. I think the maximum I was about 290. Okay. 290 pounds. I dropped that weight, and I have been consistent on working out. I was just told the other day that I come off a little muscular, and I'll give you guys a little show. I'm not too muscular. I'm not. Okay? But I work on it consistently. I have not given up from the time that I started in 2020 to better myself, both mentally, physically, and spiritually. I keep saying both, but you know what I mean. It's a trifecta. And I want you guys to really understand that it takes more than just getting up and doing it one time. You have to be consistent. Okay? And that might be the next point. The greatest point is consistency, because ain't nobody going to watch you if you just come out once a month or whenever you feel like. You have to build up a community. There is a conversation that you are having with your audience when you come out consistently, even if it's not in the long form standpoint. As long as you are creating content and addressing things that your viewers, your subscribers, whatever you want to, followers, however you want to look at it as, if you aren't having that consistent conversation, then you're going to lose people. Okay? And I'm not saying that you need to be talking at them all the time. No. You need to be bringing them substance, of course, bringing them things that you know will be valuable, because that is how you have that conversation. Hey, have you found this out? Hey, did you know about this? Hey, could I help you with this? Hey, did you even know this? Those are the kind of things that you need to be thinking about when you're bringing those content to these people. Now I'm going to touch on those things that are the little technical things that brings the video to the perfection part. Lighting. You really need to invest in your lighting, but it should not be the first thing. Now I'm going to show you some little different effects on my own lighting. Now I didn't start with the best lighting. I started with probably a worse lighting for my skin tone, just so that you can see the contrast of all of the things that I'm doing in real time. So this is a whiter version of the light, and we're going to turn it to the browner. Okay, well, that was off. Now that's brown. Now this is a little bit more appropriate for my hue. Now this is a mix of the both, and now I have it highly bright. Now we can bring it, okay, I keep turning it off, but you can bring it down a bit, and you can see that it does do a bit for my skin tone, and I can also bring it up. So now this is usually what I typically shoot in, around this kind of video lighting. Now you need to understand lighting yourself to get into all of this. I have done photography for it's been about 20 years almost. It's very crazy. Straight when I was in high school, learned it, and I have not looked back ever since. Now, again, you can always upgrade. Now, I don't have the greatest camera just yet. Now, hopefully, you guys can help me to get there. We have been hoping and praying. Now, you can get at our Cash App, which will be in our YouTube description itself. You would have to go to our page. I'll link it down in the description for this video. But we are hoping to grow the channel and get better cameras. So if anything you can contribute to the channel, even if it's $1, a few cents, please hit that super chat down below, or hit our Cash App directly in the link in the description. Help us to build the channel, because I want to bring you guys 4K content, because I know that you're like, well, I see all this stuff. Sometimes it's blurry. I've been told that, I can't see all of you, so we want to get better lenses. All of those things I need your help to do. So if you can just drop down even a penny, like I said, every cent counts. You know, everybody's out here doing fundraisers. There's crowdsourcing and all that other kind of stuff. GoFundMe. Help the Squeeze channel out to grow, guys. And very soon I will be even having I will be putting out a book for you guys. I'm not going to tell you the title just yet, but I hope that you look forward to it. It will be an amazing book that will touch all Americans. And I can't say that it will touch everybody, all of my audience, because I know that we have international people here. Shout out to my international watchers, guys. I really appreciate you guys, because I would have never expected in a million years when I started this channel a few months back that I would even have international viewers. So again, it really behooves you to really be consistent, because you will never know who you are going to be able to connect with. Okay. And when that book comes out, honestly, international guys, you will love this book too, because it will touch on all the subjects that we get into, you know, on a regular basis, but then all the answers to these questions that we are always asking. So really do look forward to that. Yes, I will be an author very soon. And I hope that you can, hopefully join in on the stuff, because just like myself here, if you post up my book when it comes out, I will definitely shout you out. You'll be even able to come on the pod. I will even interview probably a few of you guys. I'm not going to interview too many, but I'll interview the first couple of buyers of the book and get your perspective on it. Let me find out what you learned from me. You know, so once you get into, again, the lighting, we talked about that. You want to talk about your camera. There are a plethora of inexpensive cameras that guys can go out and buy. I recommend getting yourself a DSLR. I will leave a link down below for some examples of amazing DSLRs that you can purchase. I'll even leave the link for my particular DSLR that I use now, so that way you can price out what it is that I've done to create all of this. Next, after all of that, you want to think about the system you're going to use. Okay, so if you're just going to be using a phone, again, this channel started only recording off of an iPhone. I did everything solo off of an iPhone. You got to think about it like that. Okay, so I was going from the iPhone, uploading to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and all those things straight from that singular device. It is extremely more easier to have multiple devices to be able to stream your stuff from. So once you get all of that, you want to look for laptops and or desktops, things of that nature that will make it much easier for you. As far as programs and things like that, you definitely want an editor program. You want an audio sound extractor. You want to make sure that you have yourself any of these kind of things, but these are all very secondary, these kind of things. And I can give you examples of it. A video editor that's really great and free is CapCut. That's the one that I started out with, but then you want to move yourself into something that you may have to pay for, which is when I got myself into the Adobe world. Now, I've been using Adobe for several years now with the photography business that I've already had set up, but I've taken that and furthered that skill through honing myself in Premiere, where I was more of a Photoshop expert. You want to, from the software and things like that, think about all the little kinks and giggles. Like I said, you want to get the soundboard. You want to get microphones. You want to be able to think about separate microphones, these type of headphones that will cut off all background noise and things like that. All of those things are very secondary, because at the end of the day, your audience will love to see you grow. Okay? They don't want to see you at the best that you could be from the beginning, because then that just means that there was never any room for growth, and that you were only as good as your first message, honestly, because everything after that is just the same thing. You never needed to grow. Everybody that grows, the most amazing things in this world come from growth. The pyramids themselves, they are amazing because all of the technical work that went into it, all the craziness that made it complete today, and the fact that it stands the test of time for centuries. That is something people want to see. When you are a parent, you want to see every bit of your child's growth. So just like that, think about your channel, think about your message as your child. People want to see it grow just like you want to see it grow. So let them. Okay, now what else could I probably give to you guys? I really couldn't even fathom it right this second. So please drop down in my comments. Let me know what else you would want to know to help you grow whatever YouTube or whatever channel, podcast, conversation, because again, I'm here to help you guys grow. We are here on The Squeeze helping you to succeed, okay? It's an S&S type of show. Success and Squeeze, that's what it's going to be. If you are liking that comment, if you're liking this stuff, guys, please hit that comment button. If you are really enjoying it, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way you're updated and informed on every video I'm dropping down. If you're loving it, please hit the like button because it is the best way to help the channel to grow. It's free for you. It helps me put a smile on my face, and we all get a little bit better when we work together. This is your boy Juice again on this episode of The Squeeze. I thank you all for watching, and peace.